Hello, everyone, and welcome to round number one. I have won the die roll, and I will elect to play first. Oh, and that is awkward. Even though we have two discard spells, because this is a cemetery and comes into play tapped, I'm gonna have to mulligan this. Plus, we have like our 5 drop and one of our 4 drops, so we can't really play. Oh my god, we can't really play that hand. But this hand's not much better. But I'm gonna actually keep this as well because I can Thought Seize on 2 if I don't draw a land, and if I do, I can start chaining off some Goyfs. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and run this and hope it pans out for us. But it's a little awkward with no second land, and at least we have some good threats if we do draw the land. And at least this is actually like a woodland cemetery and not a Twilight Mire like it's supposed to be. But I just couldn't find Twilight Mires on Magic Online, so we're running the woodland approach. Goblin Guide, eh? Maybe he'll find us a land. Oh, and he did. Goblin Guide found us a land. Huh. Alright, well, I'm just going to play a Goyf here. A Squire, as it were. And we're going to try to get some serious Goyf action this game. With double Goyf might be pretty sweet for us this game. Especially against Burn, because, yeah, Goyf's good against Burn. This might be a Searing Blaze, which would be bad for us. We also have Ooze though. Ooze is pretty good against Burn as well, so our hand's actually like pretty reasonable here. Although like if it's like Goblin Guide into Searing Blaze, it's like really hard to beat that. Oh, it's just another Goblin Guide. All right, well we unfortunately can't attack. Hopefully it's some lands. What? Oh, it's a Marsh Flats. Perfect. And a Path to Exile. So I can't block here. I don't want to lose my Goyf. But I probably can do some sweet things. All right, so we drew a path, and um, what I am just going to do here is play another Tarmogoyf, and then I have access to Path to Exile. In fact, I should actually just fetch right now. And now I have access to Path of Goblin Guide if I need to, and that actually grows my Goyfs as well. And I don't really want to attack for 1 here. I just want to sit back and play a little bit more of a conservative game so that if he has like removal spells, I don't get just wrecked. And perhaps I should have played Liliana and Minus just to have a Liliana in play to start taking care of his hand in subsequent turns. But I think getting the second Goyf out there is probably the superior play. And our opponent taking 2 off of a Sacred Foundry and another Goblin Guide. Okay. Well, let's see if he attacks. He does. Okay, that's an interesting attack. All right. Well, we get another land. This one lander's kind of wow. This one lander's really working out. All right, we hit 3 lands. Wow. Um. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and block here and here, and then I'm gonna fire off a path on this Goblin Guide. We'll see what he does here. But this way we're not taking damage, and our Goyfs get to grow to be 2/3s with an instant in the yard along with lands. And then next turn we can untap and... Alright, so he's going to bolt one of these Goyfs, which is acceptable. Especially because it still counts as blocking. And then... Let's see. So here on this turn I just want to play a Rhino. Or maybe I want to play. I actually think I want to play Thoughtseize and Tarmogoyf this turn because I can always play the Rhino next turn and gain some life. But I just want to strip whatever the best card from his hand is, which I think is going to be Skullcrack here, because I want to be able to gain life off of Siege Rhino next turn. So he has Boros Charm, Wooded Foothills, which is a good one to know. Alright, so we're going to hit him with this 4-5 Goyf, and now he's under a lot of pressure here. And he has 4 points of damage he can level at us, but that's it. So probably the worst case scenario is if he draws like another Skullcrack here. Then he gets to Skullcrack our Siege Rhino, which is bad for us, but we're going to hope that that doesn't happen. There's the Wooded Foothills. Now I have to decide if I'm even going to crack this fetch or not. Putting myself down to 10. I think it's a bad idea to crack this fetch, so we're not going to do that. Alright, but what I am going to do is attack with both of these Tarmogoyfs. And he's just going to block one. Alright, so he is dead next turn, and I'm going to hope that he did not draw another Skullcrack type effect. If he did not draw Skullcrack, he is dead. Okay, he's dead. Sweet. So we won game 1 against Burn, thanks to the with a 1-land keep, thanks to Goblin Guide, really giving us a lot of lands. It was really kind of Goblin Guide. But let's see what we want to sideboard here against Burn. So second Batterskull seems like a no-brainer. Leyline and Timely Reinforcements both seem like no-brainers against Burn. I think I want the other Liliana as well, just as another way to make him sack a creature. I don't think I want Thoughtseize against him because it does me too much damage. And let's see, what else? What do I want, not want? I definitely want Inquisition, seems good. I think... I think that Lingering Souls is pretty bad against Burn, so I think I want to cut Lingering Souls. I have other better creatures to put into play, which means I do get to keep one extra card or have access to one extra card. So maybe I just keep one Lingering Souls in. I think Souls is still better than Thrun. I'd rather play a Rhino than a Thrun. I like all the rest of these cards. Liliana can be awkward, but plussing Liliana can sometimes like strip their hand of some important cards. We basically want to avoid taking as much damage as we can long enough for things like Timely Reinforcements and Batterskull to take over. So Inquisition's still pretty good against them, and maybe, actually Thoughtseize might be better than Lingering Souls. Yeah, Thoughtseize is probably better than Souls. Thoughtseize at least protects our gain life cards from things like Skullcrack. So maybe a Thoughtseize is better. Yeah, we'll try Thoughtseize because I just think Lingering Souls is really bad against Burn. So we'll run with Thoughtseize and see how that works out for us. Alright. Well, I'm going to keep this hand, but it's a little bad, so hopefully we don't get burned too bad for it. And I don't want to take any damage with any of my lands any more than I need to, so I'm not going to like shock myself for a Noble Hierarch. Not against Burn. What I will do is I will play a Marsh Flats, and I'm just going to sack for a Plains and path this thing, just to take the least amount of damage possible. I do have to discard. I'm just going to discard a Verdant Catacombs. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and path this Goblin Guide here. He's Riftbolt spiking us. I'm going to go ahead and fetch now. I don't know if it really matters, because I'm going to fetch anyway, and if it's something good, I don't want to fetch it away. But then again, if it's something bad, I do want to fetch it away, so I'm not sure what the optimal is. We hit a land though, um, so that's can't be possibly be bad. And he's down to 3 cards in his hand, but we're at 14, so a little bit of an uphill battle. Well, all right, that's actually not a bad draw. And I'm gonna go ahead and fetch a forest and play Noble Hierarch, and then next turn I'm gonna fetch a swamp and cast a Leyline of Sanctity, and that should, barring us losing to like creatures, that should really help us. Oh, I forgot he had that Rift Bolt. That's awkward. So we're actually at 10 life. So hopefully he can't burn us out or creature us out uh, before this Leyline takes over the game. We do have to go to 9 to cast it too with this Verdant Catacombs. So we'll see. Well, that's bad. That's really bad. Alright. Well, we are gonna Inquisition our opponent here. Let's see. I'm guessing we're probably not winning this game, but we can give it a fighting shot. Let's go ahead and Inquisition them. I'm probably gonna get Boros Charm down to 2 in response, but we'll strip whatever the other card out of their hand is. Lightning Bolt. Oh, is it just Double Bolt? All right. Well, that was wow. That was basically like the nut draw for burn right there. Like I mean you can't really feel bad about losing to that. There's really like almost nothing you can do. Turn 1 guide, turn 2 double burn, turn 3 triple burn or something like that. Yeah, that was turn 1 goblin guide, turn 2 double burn, turn 3 triple burn. Dead. There's really yeah, it was turn 3. We died on turn 3. It's pretty impressive actually. Um, but yeah, I'm just gonna run the same list again. I don't think I want to change anything. Um, but being on the play will definitely help. Yes, yes, and we have a ley line, so I get to start with ley line in play. That should make this game much easier. Between Goyf and ley line, we should be pretty good. I don't know how. I've never played with a ley line on Moto, so I hope it asks me if I want to start with this. Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to start things off actually with Inquisition because I want to strip any creatures out of my opponent's hand if I can. So yeah, there's a Goblin Guide, a Swift Spear, and a Lavamancer. So let's go ahead and see. Stomping Ground, just a one-lander. Lavamancer. So Lava Spike's dead. Searing Blaze is dead because it targets the player. Rift Bolt can target creatures still, so that's a live card. There is Monastery, Swift Spear, and Goblin Guide. Huh. Now, which of these do I take? Huh. Kind of feel like I have to take a Grim Lavamancer here because of just the risk of not drawing a removal spell and just getting wrecked by Grim Lavamancers. It just seems really high. And hopefully a Tarmogoyf is just bigger than these other creatures. So, alright, I'm gonna take Grim Lavamancer. That might end up being a mistake, but I feel like that's like the card that's most likely to beat us in this game. And let's see, Stomping Ground. This is probably going to be something along the lines of a Goblin Guide. Let's see what he's going to do here. Could be Swift Spear too. but I do. Let's see. Or maybe Moto's crashing. All right. I guess Moto crashed. All right, so Moto crashed and we're back now, and our opponent Goblin guided us, and we are gonna draw a Scavenging Ooze, which is pretty good. Um, so here I'm gonna actually take a chunk of damage. We're gonna get a Temple Garden and pay 2 life, and I'm just gonna play a Tarmogoyf that's a 3/4. So we know that our opponent probably can't deal with this Tarmogoyf too well, and it bricks this Goblin Guide, hopefully long enough for us to establish a big enough board state. Since we can't, with this Leyline in play, we probably are gonna not lose to like burn spells, and I want to um, basically gum up the board. So there's the Swift Spear, and they drew a land. So we know 3 of the 4 cards in hand are Riftbolt, Lava Spike, Searing Blaze. 2 of those are dead. Riftbolt's the only non-dead card. Taziger, that's kind of good. Alright, well, I am just going to Thoughtseize, and we'll try to strip anything that interrupts our plan here. So there's a Wooded Foothills is the other card. So we'll take the Riftbolt. It's the only thing that can deal damage to a creature here. So we'll go ahead and take that. And I'm going to play Noble Hierarch, and next turn I can actually cast Taziger. I'm not attacking here, I want to just trade off. I am at 13 life, and I have to respect my life total, even though with a Leyline in play, like we're never going to get hit with a burn spell unless our opponent draws something like um, Destructive Revelry, but I don't foresee them having a Destructive Revelry against a deck like this. Alright, so yeah, there's no attack. And yeah, that's fine. Oh, Siege Rhino, sweet. So here I can actually cast Taziger, and it doesn't shrink Goyf at all because of there's still creature sorcery land in here. So I'm actually going to go to combat, and I'm going to actually attack with this Tarmogoyf with Exalted, since I just plan on casting a Taziger post second main phase. And I want to start getting a clock on and end this game before something wild can happen. And actually, did that make our Goyf? Oh, our Goyf's bigger because Exalted. I was like, how's our Goyf big? And if I draw a land, I can play this Rhino, and then next turn I can play this Ooze, just regardless. So, we're in really good shape here, minus any super shenanigans. And our opponent's not doing anything. They probably can't do too much. Alright, well, Marsh Flats is a good draw. Let's go ahead and just play Siege Rhino right now. I don't want to dick around at all, or mess around at all, sorry for my language. I just want to get that out there, and then I don't want to attack with both since I could lose Goyf. Well, I could lose Goyf to like a burn spell plus block. I think I'm okay with that actually. We'll just send both. Our opponent has to block something or they're just dead to Rhino next turn. So, and you might wonder why I played Rhino main phase. It's because I don't want like some sort of burn spell killing Noble Hierarch to keep me off of actually casting Siege Rhino this turn. Alright, so there's a Goblin Guide block on Goyf, and there's probably going to be a burn spell also targeting that Goyf of some kind, if I had to wager a guess. Nope. Okay. Or maybe it's an end of turn burn spell. Helix. Sure. I wonder why they went for Goyf over Taziger. I guess Goyf could theoretically get bigger than Taziger can. And it's kind of unlikely that I actually use this Taziger this game. Ooh, and there's an enchantment that would have made Goyf even bigger. Alright, Overgrown Tomb. Alright, well, let's go ahead and send these bad boys in there. And that's game. Okay, our opponent just doesn't block because they can't win. So yeah, Leyline of Sanctity is absurd against Burn, and having it in our opening hand was a delight. I think that Burn is generally speaking kind of a rough matchup, but with our sideboard and the power level of the cards in our sideboard, I think that it's actually probably a good matchup for us because of Leyline and timely reinforcements and two batter skulls in our 75. So I don't think it's that crazy to think that we would beat Burn with all these hate cards. And because Burn's so popular, I think having access to those cards is actually relevant. But anyway, that's round number one. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed round number one. I will be back with round number two as soon as it fires.